I'm going to keep this short because most of what I will say I've seen other people do, but there are a few things that I find a lot of thru hikers have not tried, so maybe it will be right for you. First of all, I like these big tin cans because I can decide what a serving size is for myself, okay? And then I don't usually get this brand, but I have it came in a big bucket from Costco, and I have like the serving sizes are a little bit smaller. This is one of the higher calorie ones. You can see the whole bag is 560, which a lot of people would eat. This one is 600. But when they're higher than that, I will split them in half. And then here's one where I've done that. They're right in there, and they're in Ziploc bags, if you can see. I split them in half, which is too low in calories, but then I will add my own freeze-dried veggies. Here's broccoli. The broccoli is a little bit less than desirable, but it's just such a great superfood that I tolerate it. That's what extra hot sauce or whatever is for. Here's my green bean one. And the green beans are great. I really like the green beans. And as you can see, let me zoom in on that. I'm adding a little bit of fiber, which fiber is typically not a problem in these freeze-dried meals. Another reason to cut them in half because I find that I'm very regular when I eat freeze-dried meals. But I also have freeze-dried ground beef and freeze-dried ground chicken to add to them. So I re-up the calories, cut them in half, and then re-up the calories by adding more meat, if that's your thing, and more veggies. And then that way I get 2 meals from every one freeze-dried packaged meal. So what we do is the first night, we each get our own. We each get our own, and we eat that, and then we boil some extra hot water, and we rinse them out really well. And the following night, we will use the ones in the Ziploc bag. And notice they're already unzipped. So I unzipped it, and I took out the, what do you call it? This thing. I take that out. Why carry it? You know you're going to eat it within a few days. You don't need that in there anymore. So let's see how much that was. Okay, so here is a beef stroganoff, same size package, with the top still on and the silicone keep it fresh thing in it. So if I weigh that, that is 5.22 ounces or 148 grams. So now I'll weigh one that I took it off. So here's one where I took it off, and we are at 5.04 ounces or 143 grams. So I've saved myself 5 grams per meal. So if I add that up over time, that's going to be, or if you're trying to fit into a bear can, those ounces matter. And for that matter, bear can, what's easier to put in, a Ziploc bagged meal or this? So so day 1 and all other days will be in Ziploc bags, and we'll reuse day 1's bag. If I'm going on a longer stretch, then I will then throw in another meal, just in case something happens to my bag. I lose it, God forbid. I don't want to leave my trash out in the wilderness, or it gets a hole in it, or it just starts looking not clean. So I always make sure there's a second meal in there in the bag so that I can freshen up a little bit. All right, that's enough for now. Here is another example of a way to save space and weight in your bear can. Okay, so love these. They're not freeze-dried. I really like to add them to the breakfast skillet. Not super fan of them by themselves because they're kind of sticky. But let's look at this here. 2.72 ounces or 77 grams. That's my doggy. And then if I switch it out to this bag, which fits in the bear can more easily, and weighs a little bit less, 74 grams, 2.61 ounces. So that's over an ounce of savings in weight. So you're thinking, why do I care about ounces? Okay, well, for one thing, they add up if you're on a multi-day event, but also think about this. Is there a luxury item, low ounce weight, say an air mattress filler, the little powered one? What do those weigh? 4 ounces? So 4 ounces of savings in your food gives you that luxury item. That's a win for me. Last thought, or at least I think it's the last thought. So because some of these meals that I have in Ziplocs here are not, they're ones from a prior trekking backpacking trip. So I don't have the bags that they were originally in. I only have one of those. And actually, some of those bags were actually bigger. But so I weighed one, and the one bag was 15 grams or 0.53 ounces. And I've actually packed 5 dinners this time. So now we're talking about the waste I would have to continue to carry, which would be a total of 5 big bags like this, which are bulky even when folded down, plus all of the things that I took off that I would have carried if I had not taken them off, the silicone pouches and the tops that I took off. All right, so when I weighed all of that, which would be bulk in my pack still, trash I still carry, that would be 103 grams or 3.64 ounces. And again, why does that matter? We're talking about ounces, but in the thru hikers world, ounces matter a whole lot. Of course, you know, I've got a bit of a tummy. If I lose that, I could potentially lose pounds. But right now we're talking about what's on my back. So for instance, here is my luxury item. And this will blow up my air mattress, so I'm not putting my wet, humid breath into my air mattress and maybe making mold. Or maybe I just don't feel like it. It takes, I don't know, 20 plus puffs at the end of the day when I'm tired and I don't want to. So look at this. That gizmo right there is 2.15 ounces or 61 grams. And if you remember my savings in weight over here, I have easily made room in my pack for this luxury item.